AVC, Plastic Eric here, Plastic Soundwave Cult, here for another. I just got a bubble on my lip. All right, let's try this again. Plastic Eric here, Plastic Soundwave Cult, here for another amazing edition of Collection Connection. A game that I played with my brother Bryce over in Good Show Ponsonby. I pick an album today from my collection. Bryce finds a connection to an album in his collection, and then every Thursday he shows his connection to my album that I show on Monday. And we've been doing this chain as it goes along for the last 2 or 3 years now. We're already up in the 300s there. So we do all this and hope you can figure out what the connection is between the two albums. Nobody got the correct answer on the last video that Bryce showed. And the connection was between Alice in Chains and Jenny Lewis, The Voyager. And the connection was they were both mastered at the same studio, which I'm going to put down here because I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. So let's get on with what our connection is for this week. So, the album that my brother showed in his video last week was Jenny Lewis. I found the album to be actually pretty good. I told him it's not bad, but I enjoyed it. I listened to it while I was walking my dog, the usual way that I do my homework albums, and I enjoyed it. Sometimes it was a little bit more country than I would care for, but the bits that rocked actually really rocked. Just like with the Cracker or Camper Van, not so much Camper Van Beethoven, but Cracker for sure, I always felt was a nice blend of rock and country. And I think that Jenny Lewis also has a very nice blend of rock and country. And it's not necessarily going to a softer side. It's going to a tougher side. It's more rock than it is country almost. But I found it to be quite good. And then the other interesting thing I found out about her was her acting career. She was in such movies as, I'm trying to think here. I think she was in Cape Fear, Dusk Till Dawn, that one movie where she's cheating on her husband and he goes back to college with Will Ferrell. But yeah, I thought the album was quite good. So then we did a little digging on that young lady and found out that she had a connection with an artist in my collection and an album. And that was David Bowie. Now I'm showing Change One Bowie. This is the CD that came out in the 90s. I believe there's a version of it that has maybe a few more songs. I think the album has a few more songs on it than this one does. David Bowie famously changed his name from Ziggy Stardust because he had to change it. Basically, he didn't want to get mixed up with Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees. And so once he did that, he pretty much put out a Space Oddity. And, this is all his greatest hits. I mean, I love this thing. The only thing that kind of stinks about this one is Fame is a remix. So it's more digitally upped and dancey, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I like the original version better. But, again, I don't have any of his other albums, really. I would definitely get Scary Monsters if I saw it. Or Let's Dance is, I think, one you can find almost anywhere. That's probably my favorite album from him. Is Let's Dance. I think that's one of his more solid albums. And saying that, I'm sure there's people tearing their hair out saying, no, Ziggy Stardust is his best album. And I get that, but that wasn't my thing. And again, it's all subjective. It's all personal. And Let's Dance and Scary Monsters are the two albums that I connect with the most because those were the first Bowie that I remember ever hearing. And so they're represented on here. I mean, Ashes to Ashes is one of my favorite songs from him. Let's Dance is always a good one. Blue Jeans I like. Modern Love is a great song. I wish this had Putting Out the Fire with Gasoline on it, the theme to Camp People. That would be great, because then I wouldn't have to bother looking for Let's Dance. But yeah, I like more of his hits than I do his deeper tracks, generally speaking. But again, if you think he's God, that's cool. I'm fine with that. I don't have anything against the guy. The trippy story I have with him really is on my birthday in, I think it was 2016, when I was turning 46. I got some money. I went to go at that time, CD shopping. It was just before I really got into collecting records again. And I'm in the store, and these people keep coming in constantly, like, do you got the new David Bowie? Which I knew came out. I heard about Black Star. And the guy at the counter would always be like, nah, we don't have any more. They sold out. As soon as they, found out about him, the album got sold out. And so I was like, wow, that's weird. What's going on with David Bowie? And he's like, oh, he died today. Oh, wow. Which was weird because it was my birthday, David Bowie's death day. And the album I was looking at was Howling Wolf, was the CD I was looking at, and I ended up buying. And the weird thing about it is that I found out once I got that CD home that Howlin' Wolf had also passed away on my birthday. And so take with that what you will. That's my little personal story about David Bowie. And like the last days that he was alive. And ironically, I think it was just a couple of days after his birthday, actually, too. And so, yeah, if you get a chance, I know they have a few different versions of this out now. This is the original 90s version that came out. I think now they have Change 1 Bowie, Change 2 Bowie, that kind of thing. This was just Changes Bowie. Yeah, this was just Changes Bowie. So this was the original one. I don't know if the new ones got rid of the Fame 90 remix, but which he also famously did with John Lennon. And, yeah, Rebel Rebel, Genie. Oh, God, so many good songs on this thing. If you don't know David Bowie, this is a good place to start. So with that, I hope you'll be able to figure out